Joe Rogan, he's known for a lot of things. His podcast, his controversial takes, his stand-up comedy.
They say you shouldn't be intoxicated around your children. Well, I'm not. I'm high. Call it elevated. It's a different thing.
But if there's one thing that's constantly part of his routine, it's fitness. Whether he's training in martial arts, lifting weights, or experimenting with new ways to stay fit, Joe Rogan is dedicated to keeping his body and mind sharp. So what does Rogan do to stay in peak shape, both physically and mentally? And more importantly, how can you apply his tips to your own life? In this video, we're going to uncover some of Joe Rogan's most surprising fitness secrets. Ones that might just change the way you think about working out. Get ready, because what you're about to hear isn't your typical gym advice. Let's dive into the world of Joe Rogan's fitness hacks. First things first, Joe Rogan doesn't believe in just one approach to fitness. For him, it's not about following the same routine day in and day out. Rogan believes in mixing it up to challenge his body and mind in different ways. He often says that keeping things varied helps him stay engaged and motivated, because who wants to do the same workout every day, right? But here's something that may surprise you. Rogan isn't just focused on physical strength. In fact, one of his biggest beliefs is that mental fitness is just as important. He's often said that exercising your mind, whether through reading, podcasting, or even meditative practices like float tanks, is key to overall health. And here's the twist. Joe Rogan sees physical and mental fitness as interconnected. When you push your body, you're also training your mind to handle stress, focus, and discipline. That's why his workouts aren't just about lifting weights. They're about building resilience in every area of life. Now, this may sound like common sense, but here's where it gets really interesting. Rogan's approach is holistic. He doesn't just want to be physically strong. He wants to be functional, ready for anything, anytime. And he believes you should be too.
Human being.
So guys never worked out before?
Even if first day, never trained.
How is it possible to work out and not be sore?
No problem. Beautiful.
Okay, here we go.
So what does Joe Rogan's daily workout actually look like? Well, it's intense, but surprisingly adaptable for anyone, no matter where you are on your fitness journey. Rogan's workouts are typically split into two categories: strength and cardio. For strength training, he's a big fan of kettlebells. These versatile weights allow him to target multiple muscle groups at once, building strength, balance, and coordination. Rogan has even said that kettlebell swings are his go-to exercise for full-body conditioning. And get this, he's known to use kettlebells that weigh up to 70 pounds. But before you freak out, don't worry. He believes in starting where you are and working your way up. But what really sets Rogan's routine apart is his cardio. While many people dread running on a treadmill or cycling for hours, Rogan takes a different approach: martial arts. He practices Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai, and kickboxing, often training with world-class fighters. For him, martial arts offer the perfect blend of cardio, strength, and mental challenge. Not only does it keep him in phenomenal shape, but it also sharpens his focus and teaches him discipline. You don't have to be a martial artist to get the benefits, though. Rogan's advice? Find a physical activity that excites you. Whether it's boxing, swimming, or even dancing, the key is to stay active in ways that don't feel like a chore. Now, if you think Joe Rogan's all about pushing himself 24/7, you're in for a surprise. Recovery is a huge part of his fitness philosophy. In fact, Rogan has said that without proper recovery, you're setting yourself up for injury and burnout. But here's where it gets interesting. Rogan doesn't just recover the way most people do. His methods are a little unconventional. First up, the float tank. This sensory deprivation tank is one of Rogan's favorite recovery tools. Imagine floating in salt water, in complete darkness and silence. It's a full body and mind relaxation experience. Rogan believes that spending time in the float tank helps him recover not just physically, but mentally as well. It's like hitting the reset button for both the body and the brain. But that's not all. Rogan is also a fan of cryotherapy. You've probably seen those videos of people stepping into freezing cold chambers, and Joe Rogan swears by it. The idea is that short bursts of extreme cold help reduce inflammation, improve circulation, and speed up muscle recovery. While cryotherapy might seem extreme, Rogan insists it's one of the best ways to recover quickly from intense workouts. So what's the takeaway here? If you want to be at your best like Rogan, Recovery is just as important as the workouts themselves. Whether it's trying out a float tank, cold exposure, or simply getting more sleep, your body needs time to recharge. Of course, no fitness regimen is complete without the right diet, and Joe Rogan is meticulous when it comes to what he puts in his body. Rogan follows a mostly carnivore or paleo-style diet, both of which emphasize whole, nutrient-dense foods. The carnivore diet focuses almost exclusively on animal-based foods such as meat, fish, and animal fats. It eliminates plant-based foods like fruits, vegetables, and grains. Rogan has shared that during his carnivore diet phases, he eats a variety of meats, particularly grass-fed beef, game meat, and organ meats, which are rich in essential nutrients like iron, zinc, and B vitamins. Proponents of this diet believe it can reduce inflammation, increase energy, and improve cognitive function. The paleo diet is slightly broader, based on eating foods that early humans would have consumed during the Paleolithic era. This means avoiding processed foods, refined sugars, and grains. Instead, it emphasizes high-quality meats, fish, vegetables, fruits, nuts, and seeds, along with healthy fats like olive oil and avocado. Rogan often shares his preference for wild-caught fish and organic vegetables, along with intermittent fasting to optimize metabolic health. Both diets aim to fuel the body for maximum performance, aligning with Rogan's focus on physical and mental well-being. Whether it's the carnivore or paleo approach, Rogan believes in eating clean whole foods, free from additives and artificial ingredients, to enhance strength, endurance, and cognitive sharpness. But there's one thing that might surprise you. Rogan loves elk meat. He's a big-time hunter and often eats the meat he hunts, which he says is lean, high in protein, and full of nutrients. His diet is all about keeping his energy high and inflammation low, so he can push through even the toughest workouts. When it comes to supplements, Rogan is a self-proclaimed biohacker. He takes a variety of supplements, from multivitamins to fish oil, to ensure his body is getting everything it needs to perform at its best. He's also a big fan of nootropics, supplements that enhance cognitive function, helping him stay sharp both physically and mentally. His philosophy? If you're serious about fitness, you should be serious about what you fuel your body with too. So there you have it, Joe Rogan's fitness tips and tricks. From his diverse workout routines to his unconventional recovery methods and clean diet, Rogan proves that fitness is more than just lifting weights. It's a holistic lifestyle